Hi you, King here, and these are the top 10 iconic items from DC Comics. Enjoy. Number 10. The Green Lantern Ring. Officially known as the Power Ring, this little piece of jewelry is one of the most powerful weapons in the known universe. Only being able to be utilized and most of the time worn by those it deems to have enough will to be worthy enough to be part of the Green Lantern Corps. And if you're lucky enough to be one of those lucky few, then get ready for a whole heap of responsibility. But also great power, as the ring can create energy constructs out of literally anything you can imagine. Whether that be a simple blunt weapon or a huge, intricate, complex giant robot. As long as you're able to keep it charged with its portable lantern battery, it will be able to do its thing for you to sling that ring. And as a bonus, it can also act as a communication device to Oa and other lanterns. So whether it's blasting energy, creating force fields, or really anything you can imagine, as long as you have enough will, you can own it. Number 9. The Trident of Atlantis. This mystical artifact is a weapon meant to be wielded by Atlantean royalty. Meant to act as a sign of not just being worthy enough to rule Atlantis, but all of the 7 seas. And currently being wielded by Aquaman, it multiplies his power over sea life by 1,000, granting him not just a powerful tool in combat, but a way to exert his dominance over his fellow Atlanteans and the various creatures of Earth's oceans. So not just any Atlantean can wield this awesome trident. Handed down from kings and queens, this godly weapon could even be used to kill gods themselves, which is why it's wielded by Arthur Curry, Aquaman, with great humility and responsibility. So the Trident of Atlantis is no joke, and neither is Aquaman. Number 8. Batman's Batarang. Now you might be asking, why is this on the list if it's just a simple tool that Batman uses in his crusade against crime? Well, just like how the various sonic screwdrivers are synonymous with their various Doctor Who counterpart, it's the same thing with various Batarangs being synonymous with their version of Batman, making it for this simple bat-themed weapon to have such a long history that it has allowed it to become as iconic as the Caped Crusader himself that uses it. So when you see this thing etched into a wall or on the floor of some abandoned factory, you immediately think Batman. And want to keep it, of course, because, well, it belonged to Batman. And to add more reasons to why it's such an iconic weapon, there's just various versions of it, whether it's heating ones, exploding ones, freezing ones, or remote control ones, if you can believe that. Number 7. Thanagarian Mace. Entitled so because it is a weapon primarily used by Thanagarians. Two specifically who utilizes it for justice purposes are Hawkgirl and Hawkman. Might seem like a normal blunt weapon at first. This alien accoutrement is made out of nth metal. A very special metal indeed, having anti-gravity properties. If fashioned into clothing or armament, it can allow even non-Hawk people to fly. The material also has a variety of other traits and abilities that not only adds to its specialness, but make it handy to have your weapon made out of. Like being able to reflect energy blast for one and be 9 indestructible for another. It can even reshape itself to become other weapons, a definite perfect weapon for a warrior race like the Thanagarians. Number 6. Dr. Fate's Helmet. This mystical artifact houses the soul of Naboo, a cosmic entity who acts as a champion for the Lords of Order, granting whoever wears the helm his vast magical power and his title as Dr. Fate. But be warned, for if you put on that helmet, Naboo gets to be in the driver's seat, meaning he'll have full and utter control over your body, which by extension means he gets to decide on whether or not you take the helmet off, leading to you possibly being trapped inside that helmet forever the way he normally is. But luckily for you, Naboo's reasonable, so as long as you're able to propose a good deal with him, he can make it like a part-time job for you. So when you're not just living your normal life, you could be wearing the helmet, having him be in control, turning you into a magical superhero that stops all types of world-ending villainy. Number 5. Green arrows, green arrows. Just like with the Batarangs with Batman, these green arrows have been synonymous with the legendary Emerald Archer himself. And they might just seem like normal green colored arrows, but no, there's more than meets the eye when it comes to these green projectiles. You see, when it comes to green arrow, it's a mix between the normal type of arrows that are lethal and can puncture you, leading to you bleeding out and dying, or there's the trick arrows, which most of them are meant to be less lethal, since Green Arrow's a superhero and he's not all about taking lives all the time, but they still can pack a punch, like the boxing glove arrow, the bomb arrows, or have a wide range of usage like the tracking arrows, EMP arrows, or sonic arrows to give you your best shot. Number 4. The Blue Beetle Scarab. Forged by the Reach, the Scarab was a way for the Reach to conquer planets without the planet itself even knowing they were being conquered. As what normally happens is they assume that one of their own is chosen to become a superpowered champion to do heroic deeds for them and fight off alien threats. But in actuality, what happens is the person chosen has their mind and body taken over by the Scarab, turned into a living weapon. With their planet's guard down, they take over the world from within. Luckily though, through a whole mess of mishaps, this alien Scarab became friends with his host. So we ain't gotta worry about that. And the Scarab not only grants its user a super suit with the added bonus of super strength and flight, but also the power to construct anything out of the user's imagination, which, as you can imagine, goes great with combat. Number 3. The Mother Boxes. This new God's MacGuffin is primarily utilized by the forces of Apocalypse and New Genesis. It works as advanced space technology that creates portals known as boom tubes, that acts as warp gates that allows for traversal from point A to point B throughout the known universe. So they're not only useful for space travel, but highly useful for bypassing a world's defenses. But they're not just a tool for conquering, as mother boxes are often known to be able to not only restore, but grant new life. As in some iterations, they were responsible for not just saving Cyborg's life, but granting him his technological powers. And are often referred to as slaves because even though they are alive, they are subservient to the new gods. Number 2. The Lasso of Truth. Normally carried by Wonder Woman Diana Prince, this rope is imbued with godly magic. Not only can it be utilized as an efficient weapon in the hands of a well-trained Amazon, and restrict the movements of your enemies and allies alike, but the special magic imbued within it forces them, compels them to tell the truth if they're making contact with it. And if that wasn't great enough already, because it's made by the gods, it is literally indestructible, unbreakable. And its golden glow signifies that it is capable of being utilized for even more crazier stuff, like lassoing lightning. So that's why a rope this grand can only be in the hands of a warrior princess like Wonder Woman. Number 1. Kryptonite. Now, you see, this green rock acts more than just the MacGuffin for Superman. It's a lazy tool for storytelling. But it's iconic nonetheless, becoming a terminology in real life for being a weakness to any type of strong person, which is why it's number 1 on the list. Being irradiated rock from the remnants of what was left after Krypton's explosion, it somehow found its way to the planet Earth and acts as the number 1 weakness to the near invulnerable Kryptonians, such as Superman, Supergirl, and Krypto the Superdog. There are various versions of Kryptonite, each affecting Kryptonians as well as other life forms in various ways. But it is the green Kryptonite that is mostly known and is the one that's mainly used in a majority of Superman-related stories. Well, that's it. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow, and comment down below any items that I missed that you were hoping on hearing about. Maybe I'll put them in a part 2. Look out for my top 10 Marvel iconic items, and ring that notification bell so you know first when that video drops. Thank you for watching, and have a good day or good night.